against Donna Miller-Mackey.
Sue Niedig right now actually surprising the crowd. She has defeated both our triple champions, Dawn Adamek and Wendy McPherson-Papanos, opening up with a strike. She's up against Lorrie Nichols, hometown Algonquin, Illinois. Has, like I mentioned before, has a lot of success here at Sam's Town. Finished second in 87. She finished 5th in 88. Bowled well here in 89 and 90, not making telecast. And we see her back again in 91.
Brooklyn.
Lorrie sticking a little bit on the approach. The synthetic approaches, you have a tendency to get a little slip or a stick. She's rubbing her foot. She doesn't slide much anyway. She uses a little bit of the approach for a 5-step approach. Dead stop right there. When that happens, you pull the ball across your body. Good conversion, though, for a bad opening start. Lorrie will give you a little smile and say, okay, I got away with that.
Nichols bowling a 264 in the position round as you take a look at the first breakdown. But the 264 allowing Nichols to jump from 4th to 2nd. And she told us that since she's sold her bowling center outside of Chicago, she's been a much more relaxed player. And she sold that bowling center last May.
Well, she has her own business now called the Personal Reminder Service. And you may want to sign up for it, Bill, if you have to remember any special dates, any birthdays, this type of event, special events. Give her a call. She'll call you back, and I'm going to try to sign up my husband for it.
I better keep that in mind, Leila.
Personal reminders. There you go.
Sue Niedig now started with a strike. This is her second frame. Leaves the 7-pin.
Good pocket shot, unable to get the 7-pin out. Right now wants to just stay clean, convert the spare, move on to the next frame. We see a lot of times after a player throws a big game, come back and not throw such a large game. And I really can't tell you why. If the adrenaline just tends to drop, or you start finding that you try to do things differently, or what exactly happens. But we see it more times than not.
Niedig picks up the spare, and a reminder, a triple header of college football coming up on ESPN. Saturday, Auburn against Alabama, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Pacific, followed by San Diego State against Miami, 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific Time. And the last game, Notre Dame against Hawaii, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Triple header college football action on ESPN.
Sue Niedig trying to bring it back. Once again, the 7-pin. She may be seeing a little bit a change in the lane. The conditioner could be carrying down a little bit on the lane. She may need to move a little bit to the left for left-handers. She wants to get the ball to drive in a little bit harder into the pocket to kick out that 7. The ball's hitting a little bit flat. See
Niedig, a 241 average on the TV pair, 221 so far in the championship round, TV finals. She picks up the 7 again. 2 straight spares, and you saw the glance, I'm sure, to her father, John, who is very active, and her coach, as well as her father, and the two work very closely. Lorrie Nichols' 65th appearance in the career on television. That's in 20 years on the tour.
Lorrie Nichols pointing the ball up from the outside, very direct player. I know she mentioned to you, Bill, that she has a tendency to take more time when she's on the approach, and her husband, Terry Nichols, has been here all week, a good friend of mine, and this is Lorrie's reaction. She gets pumped up to bowl here at Sam's Town, and take a look at the new look in attire.
The knickers.
The knickers. Should we call her Payne
Stewart.
Payne Nichols? Or we could call her Lorrie Stewart, whichever, right?
Looking for 3 in a row, and yes. Nichols, Lorrie told me, Leila, she's been searching for 2 years for a pair of knickers to wear on television, and she finally found a pair.
Well, and finally we changed our rules so that she was allowed to. Earlier this year, we went to the ruling where the players were allowed to wear shorts or knickers or skirts, whatever they prefer.
Sue Niedig trailing by 21 in the 4th frame here. 4-7.
What we've seen here now is a little turnaround. Lorrie Nichols applying the pressure onto Sue Niedig. Sue Niedig unable to answer back. She tries a little bit too hard, pulls the ball inside her mark, and therefore she goes through the nose. You see it happen a lot. But she is apparently trying to get the 7-pin out.
Trying to convert the 4-7. Picks it up. Lorrie Nichols up by 23 through 4 frames. And the winner again to take on Dana Miller-Mackey for the championship and $18,000.
Lorrie Nichols really trying not to focus on her opponent. She said, I really don't do anything consistently, though. I just kind of whatever moves me at that time, which is one of the great mental attitudes of the game. Sue Niedig, on the other hand, very new at all of this, gaining a lot of knowledge. She's been bowling a lot of local tournaments throughout the summer, though, to help her improve concentration and prove her bowling ability and competitive play.
Nichols up by 23. 3 strikes and 4 frames.
See there, 65th career television appearance. Inducted into the WIBC Hall of Fame in 1988.
Leaves a 4-7. She's only won 1 major, and that was the U.S. Open back in 1972.
And she was the first player ever to win that event as an amateur. When she won it in 72, she was currently an amateur player.
And has not won a tournament since 1990. Has a couple of seconds this year, though. Picks up the 4-7. And Nichols is up by 21 pins. And one of the things Lorrie mentioned to us about her position round performance, the fact that she was able to change balls. The equipment change through the night really helped her.
Well, we talked to Dana Miller-Mackey there about how many times she changed balls. Lorrie Nichols really didn't change balls throughout qualifying too much, except when she got into the finals last night, the final round of match play. She ran into trouble, shot a 138 game, switched balls, came back, pulled some big games.
And Lorrie Nichols up by 21, hoping to get into the title match.
Much better shot. You could just see the rotation on the ball as it went down the lane. She did not pull it. Hit her mark. Got a lot of fingers in it.
2 strikes in a row, a double for Sue Niedig.
When I mentioned getting a lot of fingers in the ball, your thumb comes out of the ball. Most all these players use a fingertip grip. Throwing 15, 16-pound bowling balls, their thumb comes out, their fingers rotate the ball.
Niedig cutting the deficit to 11, 7th frame. Oh, solid. Father John says, go down.
Solid 8-pin, bad break. You do not see it left too often by a left-hander, equivalent to the solid 9 on the right side. Watch the ball here, break very, very sharply. Supposed to take out that, but started to hit it, and another pin decided to hit it back. This is her reaction. A big, big strike right here would have put her within 1 pin of Lorrie Nichols.
Picks up the spare. A lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd here at the Samstown Bowling Center. Lorrie Nichols now leading by 12.
Lorrie Nichols taking a little extra time. We don't see that too often. Trying to slow her pace down. Her problem, when she does get going, she gets going a little too fast.
4th all-time in career earnings on the money list.
Good shot, carrying the light wall shot. Husband Terry, I know him. I told her last night, well, Terry's in a good mood tonight. She said, of course, I'm in second. And I've seen him when he's been pacing the floor, probably along with John Niedig there, as we mentioned before.
Lorrie mentioned that the fact that her husband works for United Airlines takes a lot of the pressure off of her to do well and earn money. Of course, she likes to earn the money, but it's not essential for the survival of the family.
Well, you see a lot of players out here that virtually have to bowl well to pay their bills, and that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, and I see them not be able to perform as well when they have to do that. I know I did the same thing before I went to work and got a job with the airlines. I was doing the same thing. I was out here trying to pay bills, and once I got a job, it was much easier. I felt that I had security at home, and what I did out here was just my gravy or my spending money.
Sue Niedig looking for 4 in a row, but still down by 32.
Perfect shot. It appears she has lane 22 under control. Getting the ball to go down the lane, about 45, 50 feet, making a nice break back. Sue Niedig opting to throw a shinier surface bowling ball. Apparently, she likes to go a little bit more direct. If she were to throw something a little duller, it would hook a little too much for her.
Niedig with another one.
Right now, Sue Niedig could shoot a possible 236 game. Right now, Lorrie Nichols shooting at a 238 pace. So a big strike here in the 9th frame for Lorrie Nichols.
It's Nichols who's looking for 4 in a row. Niedig has 2 strikes in her last 3 frames. Got him.
Big strike. Kept Lorrie Nichols with the upper hand in the match. The strike in the 9th frame. You can see here she is actually pointing the ball right around the 6th, 7th board. The ball making just a little bit of a break. Lorrie, not a player that hooks the ball a lot, likes to go up and at him. This is her reaction. Let's kick out the light, the wall shot, and thank you very much.
The body English was there.
Doesn't want to give away anything in the 10th.
Through the nose. Through the nose and a dangerous split.
A spare right there in that frame would have locked up the match for Lorrie Nichols, but she just opened the door for Sue Niedig to walk right in. If she would have spared or thrown anything that she could spare or struck, Lorrie Nichols would have won the match. But right now, with 1 pin,
how do you make this?
She shoots 234.
How do you pick this one up?
Very luckily. You have to slide one or the other pin over, hit it very lightly. Lorrie Nichols going for pin count, which is critical at this point. She shoots 234. Right now, Sue Niedig could throw 2 strikes and 9 pins and win this match by 1 pin.
So a potentially disastrous 10th frame for Lorrie Nichols.
Potentially, but Sue Niedig right now has not been in this position. She must throw 2 strikes. She has not had a lot of experience. We'll have to see what happens.
No.
Doesn't get it.
6-10.
Surprising, Bill, for the fact that she really has not been under that type of pressure before in a championship round to advance.
Lorrie Nichols saying thank you.
Exactly. Sue Niedig had been hitting lane 20 consistently for about the last 4 or 5 shots. She really threw the ball well. That time she let up on her speed, threw the ball, pulled the ball, and it went through the nose. So
Lorrie Nichols, all smiles. She'll be going to take on the championship match. And coming up on ESPN, the USA against France Davis Cup tennis action Friday and Saturday, and if necessary, also on Sunday. So lots of tennis coming up. And when we come back, it's the championship frame rundown. And we'll take a look at